What's up, YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 here to bring you guys a Bleach manga 480 prediction rant. And 479 was good. I enjoyed it for the most part. Got to see the visors, which is always good to see, especially since we hadn't seen them since the Fake Karakura Town arc, which is, only one arc ago, basically. But, I still enjoy seeing the visors because Shinji is my favorite character in the entire Bleach series. And got to see Hitsugai in this chapter. He's not a visor, but I still enjoy seeing Hitsugai because he's my second favorite. So I enjoyed this chapter for the most part, mainly because they were in it, even though they didn't really get a lot of dialogue. But I do like how Shinji is now a captain, and it's kind of confusing how some of the visors became captains, especially since they were exiled from the Soul Society before when they were captains. But I'm pretty sure that'll be all explained in due time. But Bleach is taking off for 3 weeks after this, and Kubo's taking a little break, so I guess he's probably gonna figure out what he's gonna do for the next arc. Hopefully we get a little arc about maybe Ishin. I'm guessing this is just a wild guess. Maybe it'll be a whole arc about Genjo and maybe the backstory in the Soul Society, because I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking it's probably going to be Ishin and the Royal Guard and stuff. But then I think about, how is Kubo going to just leave a character like Genjo just alone with no real backstory? I mean, here and there we've gotten a little backstory, but I'm thinking it's going to be like a turn back to pendulum arcs, somewhat for next arc, because I'm kind of thinking, okay, Genjo, like, it is the truth when a lot of you guys out there say we know nothing about Genjo. And you know what? I'm going to say, if he does not give us any backstory on Genjo, who I mean by he is Kubo, if he does not go ahead and give us some real backstory on him, then I'm going to be very disappointed. And I will say that's trolling, because I'm thinking about how the heck how did he get his powers? I don't even know how Genjo got his powers. He's supposed to be a substitute Shinigami. Yet, that means he must have not been born with his powers. Even though Ichigo had Shinigami blood running in his veins, it was never really awakened until Rukia went ahead and did it for him. So I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm like, there has to be a story behind Genjo other than just him and the Fullbringers. We have to know Genjo's story. How did he start off? We've seen a little bit with Tsukushima and stuff. Like, even though I believe this is the end of the Fullbringer arc, don't get me wrong, but I think that we're going to get an arc about his backstory, which is going to lead into other things, because I don't think he's just gonna jump off with something random, because that would be very dumb. And I'm hoping Kubo wouldn't do that. And I think Kubo is a good writer. I think he just had a rough time writing this arc. I think there's a difference. I don't think he's a bad writer altogether, because I've enjoyed his series up until this point, except for I didn't really enjoy the Fullbringer arc that much. But in the past, he's done a lot better. So I'm not going to sit up here and badmouth Kubo altogether and say he's just a terrible writer altogether, because I kind of feel like, if he's such a bad writer, why am I reading his series? But overall, I'm thinking next arc is gonna be mainly about Genjo, like I said, or and if it's not about Genjo, of course it'd probably be about Ishin, Royal Guard, one of those three. Because if he just starts with something random, some random hollow, doing something dumb, then it's like, what am I reading this for? Because I want this story to actually be following some kind of format where, I don't know, maybe we can actually maybe try to predict how it may end or something. I don't know, but I'm hoping that he does something along those lines, touches up on one of those three. I don't mind learning more about Genjo. In fact, I want to learn more about him, since we already went through this whole Fullbring arc. I want to see more, what happened between him and the Soul Society, even when we know the whole deal with the badge and all that. There has to be more to it than that. Why did Genjo feel this way? So I'm hoping the Soul Society sits down and talks to Ichigo about this or something, and really gets into the story. Maybe they show a flashback. Maybe there was something said to Ichigo before he went to Soul Society with Renji, and talked to the Soul Society basically about Genjo, or not talk to them, but basically try to get his body and stuff. So hopefully we get some backstory somewhere in there. But I don't know. Overall, like I said, chapter was good. Saw the visors. Saw Soifan. She looks a little different. Hoping that we see what happens to what happened to the other visors. I'm hoping that we see what happened to Hiyori, the other ones, the lieutenant level ones, basically. And this is pretty much it for this prediction rant. Probably will put out, maybe I'll probably put out another Bleach video. Maybe not, of course, not a prediction rant, but some type of Bleach video next week, just talking about maybe a random topic in Bleach. And please make sure you rate, comment, and give your thoughts, and subscribe. and like my Facebook, and make sure you follow my Twitter if you're curious or you want to know when my future videos are coming up or anything of that, of that nature, basically. So anyway, this is Game on Cloud 9. I see you